Hello everyone, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 episode talk. So in this episode, in ancient time, but not as ancient as the Pharaoh. It's like a little bit further than Pharaoh, but also far from us in that sense. Kind of like in the middle ground. But anyway, there's a man who has a jar and he must be protected. However, then people attack, so the jar is dropped. And then a dragon pops out, and then a boy named Imori wakes up from the nightmare. So then, during the day, Joey kicks trash to Tristan, and he's fed up with the routine, the boring life, and he wants something exciting and dangerous to happen to Japan. It's like, what is wrong with you, you idiot? However, they're distracted by some noise because there are some idiots bullying Imori because they want to play a game with Imori, but they want to bet money, and Imori ain't got no money. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, basically, it's a simple thing. You throw a coin to a pot, and if it goes in, you win in that sense. So, the bully misses, which is kind of funny because of the fact you wanted to play this game. So then Yugi takes over. Actual Yugi, not Yami. Yugi takes over. And he throws the coin to the stairs, which bounces off a couple of things, eventually also bouncing off the bushes into the pot. Yugi wins. So Imori is amazed by this, and Joey is like, Yugi, maybe you should stay away from the boy, okay? He's a bit too dark, and just because he has a different skin color, Joey, does not mean you get to treat him any differently. So then in class, Yugi gets a letter from Imori, and basically it's an invite to his secret base. So after class, Yugi goes to the secret base, and apparently his family has a bunch of different games right here in the secret base. However, his family also carries great cost or something like that to get rare games, meaning the jar. But anyway, then afterwards he asks Yugi to be his friend. Yugi accepts against Joey's wishes, I guess, and he's happy because of the fact that Yugi is his first friend. So now he also has a very rare game, and it's hidden. So they go over to the location. There's a big door. They try to open it. Nothing opens. But then the Millennium Puzzle glows in a way, I feel like, of danger. So don't open. But Yugi then figures out, wait, this is like a puzzle door. You gotta open it up like this. So he decides to complete the puzzle. Door opens, and the jar is there. And they take it back to Grandpa, who says it's Dragon Block, and don't open the jar because then terrible things are going to happen if you do that stuff. So Imori is like, okay, yes, okay, I won't do it. So on the way home, then he runs into the bullies who trip him, which causes the jar to open. And then the next day, there's reports of a bunch of bad stuff happening. We already saw one of them, and basically it was an island sinking, which is where Miho was supposed to go. But anyway, yes, an island sank, and other bad stuff happened as well. So that's a little bit weird. But also, as you can see, Imori has changed as well. By the way, the bullies were also very much hurt or something like that. They're in the hospital. So then Imori wants to talk to Yugi, gets Yugi alone, and asks for his homework because he didn't have time to do his own homework because I guess he was too busy, you know, sinking islands to do his homework. However, then Joey steps in and is like, no. And Joey convinces Yugi not to give the homework to Imori because that's not what friends do, okay? Friends can help each other out, but like giving your homework would mean that you are in a bad position. If you copy the homework, then it would be different. Like if Imori copied Yugi's homework, then that would be different. But if you actually steal or like take the homework, Yugi has the homework, so he would get in trouble. So that is not something that Imori is happy with, and then he starts to use the classic abusive tactic. I thought you were my friend, you know, the classic one. So then after the swimming class, I guess, Yugi returns to the locker and the Millennium Puzzle is gone. However, there's a letter there, and it's from Imori. He stole the puzzle, and it's at his secret base. Yugi has to come alone, that kind of stuff. So Yugi goes over there, and basically he wants to play Dragon Block. And Dragon Block is it's kind of a simple game, okay? Here we go. I will try to explain it the best that I can. So basically, both sides, well, not at this point, but anyway, both sides put down bases in locations. Imori will put down Yugi's base. I don't know why, but whatever. Anyway, he puts down the base. And afterwards, you can grab blocks. And if you have 3 of the same blocks, you can summon the dragon of that type. You got about 5 types. And each type is strong and weak against one of the other 5 types, obviously. And basically, you win by destroying the dragons, which will also destroy the base. And then what, you know, Yugi finds out afterwards is the fact that that will also, because of the fact that this is magic, destroy the real world location, as in sink the island. So, they both grab dragons. Yugi drops his dragon, so does Imori. However, Yugi has 2 fire dragons and Imori has 2 water dragons, and water beats fire. Every Pokemon fan knows that, so there you go. It's gone. However, a part of Tokyo, luckily enough an uninhabited part, gets, like, destroyed as well in in the real world. So that's not good. So then Yugi's soul is stolen, which is also something that happens at the end. That's what happened to the bullies. But anyway, Yugi's soul gets stolen. But just before Yugi's soul gets stolen, Yugi's hand is on the Millennium Puzzle, which means enter Yami, boys. Yes, he got it just in the nick of time. So Yami's here now, takes the Millennium Puzzle back. He's like, that was a close one, alright? Because I got 2 souls. So let's play again, shall we? And so they start once again putting away blocks, grabbing blocks, because basically you have to put a block down, then you can grab a random block, and basically that is how you get the dragons that you want. But anyway, Yami gets the earth and metal dragons, and to counter that, Imori has the water and wood dragon. And initially it looks like Yami has a good defense because of the fact that the metal and earth dragons protect each other. But the problem is the water dragon gives the wood dragon more power. But then Yami's dragons are slightly stronger, or at least the metal dragon is strong enough in order to be able to free the earth dragon so that the earth dragon can split the earth and destroy the other dragons. And that means Yami wins. By the way, while this was happening in the ocean, and in the middle of the ocean there were guys on a boat, and basically next to them the earth split open and then closed back up again, and dragons appeared and disappeared and all that stuff. So that was kind of funny. So now Imori loses his soul and Yami gets Yugi's soul back. By the way, I do like the fact that Yami doesn't know that he's a different person from Yugi, because it's just like, I got my soul back. That's what he says. At least that's what the subtitle says. So it's like he thinks he is Yugi. You're not, my boy. But whatever. Anyway, you got the soul back, and also Imori lost the evil part of his soul. It's like when the game opened up, it gave Imori a soul, an extra soul that was evil, and that was basically taken. So now Imori is good again. They put the game away, and that's the end of the story. And overall, it was interesting. I did like the fact that, you know, Yugi's hand lands on the Millennium Puzzle, meaning that Yami can now enter, that kind of stuff. I was a big fan of that. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like, button, subscribe if you're new for this already. Turn on notifications. Don't forget, check out the Let's Play channel link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time for the introduction of this, well, not franchise, but this series, like Yu-Gi-Oh! The original and Duel Monsters main villain. Bye!